This is my everyday carry notebook, but it's got a major flaw. It's one notebook with one style of paper, and that just is not enough for my brain. If you didn't already see my video that talked about my obsession with stationery and notebooks and pens and things of that world, I stated in there that each of my notebooks in my collection have a specific and intended purpose. They may not always have a purpose at a moment in time, but eventually I assign purposes to them, and then I like to stick with that one sole purpose for the entirety of that notebook. And the problem with this current EDC notebook that I have is it's a bit old and back before I knew what I was doing with a notebook like this. So I had like things to research and like buying guides for items I want to buy, ideas for different things, all sorts of names and ideas for different things. It's just a hodgepodge of different things, and that bothers my brain so much. I like the idea of having a notebook with me all the time. I like the idea of an EDC notebook, but the problem is the mixed media in one notebook is not something that gels with my brain very well, and I need to do something to fix that. So what I have done is I have bought a new product to hopefully replace that everyday carry Moleskine notebook, which, by the way, is a fine notebook. I'm not a huge Moleskine fan anymore. I prefer the Leuchtturm notebooks over Moleskine now. They're more affordable and pretty much better. But this is a nice notebook overall, and it pains me not to use it for the purposes that I like to implement with my notebooks. However, I just bought this recently, and I'm going to use it to put these all together and have 3 different notebooks in one notebook, so I can assign each one to a specific thing throughout the day, carry it with me everywhere, and have an intended place for whether it's notes or sketches or to-do lists. They have their place in their own specific section, or technically a notebook within a larger notebook. So let's kind of throw this thing together, because I have no idea how this thing has turned out. I ordered it from Amazon. It's got good reviews, but I have never done this type of thing before. It's very similar to like the traveler notebooks that people get, and I've always been fascinated with those, but the sizing on those does not fit a field notes very well, so I didn't go with like is it Maduri, or I can't remember the name exactly, but the traveler notebook that you see, it's super popular. Everybody, kind of has it. But this is really nice, actually, and fake leather. But hey, it was cheap on Amazon, and it'll get the job done. And it's a nice dark brown. I like that color. I love leather. Leather is just so nice. And looks like this actually came with an insert in it. So that's really cool. It actually came with a dot grid, actually, which is my favorite style of page. So that's really cool, actually. I may not need to use one of my field notes. Nice. So if you wanted to buy this and just have the insert in there, that's something that you can easily do. So now I think what I can do is just pull this bad boy out. Yes. Nice. I didn't realize it came with an insert. I thought it was just this. I thought it was just this leather thing that I can throw stuff into. Now, I gotta finagle with this and figure out how these are gonna fit in here, because again, I've never done this before. I've got my favorite field notes edition ever to exist, the vintage one. It is red and gold. I love that color aesthetic. It's really great there. It's just a really, really nice notebook, and I've been filling it with all sorts of quick creative ideas and stuff like that. It's dot grid, and the paper is in off-white, which is what I really, really love. The bleach white stuff really kills me, which is what most other field notes are. I've got the stealth black edition here, dot grid as well, but it's bleach white paper, and it's not my favorite. I prefer the off-white color, but hey, I like the black. And then I got a normal field notes here for doodles and stuff. As you can see, I got like a Grim Reaper and some really, really crappy drawings, but hey, I like to doodle and I like to sketch, so have a blank thing in there as well. Ideally, I would like to have like a dot grid, a square, and a blank, but I don't have a square ruled field notes anywhere. So I'll get one of those eventually. I can always swap these out. And yeah, then I'll have my ideal situation. So now, how in the world do I put these together? That is the question. So I got to think about this, and I might have to research how to throw these together. I know with two of them, I can take the butt end and the butt end. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I can take the butt end and the butt end like this and throw this band on them, and they'll be together. Or maybe I should do that like halfway through the book, maybe like where the staples are, like right there and right. Where's the midsection on this one? Like this? Maybe that's the better way to do it. I'm not entirely too sure. So let's maybe just try that without ruining the notebooks, hopefully. I don't know if this is going to work or how you're supposed to do this. Why does this have to be so hard? Having a brain like the brain I have. Okay, so maybe that's how you do it. I don't really know, because I can get to all the pages there. All the pages work. Flip. Oh, look, it's the next field notes. I can get to the pages in this one. And okay, so that's how you put two together. And then I guess you would just kind of go in the middle and shove it in like that if you wanted to. You just slip it underneath that other band, and you would have two. But I think I'm going to try to put three in here. So now I want the sketchbook, I think, to be last. So maybe I should just do this. Is this how I should do it? Where's the middle? Maybe it's like this. And then I just shove it all under like that. Well, no, because then that's in the middle. No, I gotta rethink this. Give me a second. So I think what I have to do is actually put these two together, because these are like the end pieces, right? That makes a little more sense, right? And get this down there and shove it. Now it's gonna get in the way in the middle pages, I guess, having that band there, but maybe not too much. Not as much as like a ribbon, if you have like a bookmark ribbon or something. And shove this just down so that it's flush with these. And now these will be the bookends, because that'll be the end, that'll be the beginning. And then this, the black field notes will be in the middle, I think. I think I'm doing it right. I don't know. This is all new, guys. Let's try this. I got it in like this. Shove it in, and line it up. And I think, is that not right? It's a little tricky here. Okay. I think that just about does it. I think that does it. I think. Oh, it sticks out a little bit. Man, I'm going to have to look up some videos on how people do these, but now I got this first here, and then I can just flip to the stealth field notes, and then I can go to my sketchbook if I want. And yeah, I think that works. I don't know. And then look at that. Bam. Just throw this on, and now I've got this chunky monster that I just want to take a bite out of. And I've got this, which is basically, well, I guess it's a little thicker, but they're pretty similar in thicknesses. It's a little thicker because it's like got air and stuff, but if you have it flat, then they're pretty similar, and the size is just about the same. And yet this looks a lot nicer. It's leather, and it's got 3 different style of notebooks put together, and this makes me really happy. I've got this extra notebook now if I ever want to use it as an extra insert or something like that, so that's cool. And now I've got everything that I need, and look at this. This is just nice. This is what makes my brain happy. I don't know what pen I'm going to use. I may not use this mini one. I was using it with that, but hey, now this is my new EDC Everyday Carry notebook. I may mess with the configuration of how these notebooks are and look up some videos on other people doing it, but I think that's how I should have it. And now I've got an even better everyday carry notebook that makes my brain a lot more happy, a lot more inspired to write in it because it is leather. And yeah, I am really happy doing this. This is sweet. I am part of like the Traveler Pocket Notebook gang now on a budget, right? It's an Amazon cheap, like $17 leather cover, but hey, it works. I'm satisfied. It looks nice. And there we go. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this fun little experiment. If you have any suggestions for your everyday carry notebook habits that maybe you should implement to me, or any advice you have, or I don't really know. My brain's kind of frazzled when it comes to this stuff. It's organized yet disorganized at the same time, but I think this is a good step in the right direction. So thank you guys so much for watching, sharing this video with a friend so they can see this cool notebook setup as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay cinematic, my friends.